In 2015, a simple activity tracking wearable just doesn't cut it. Unless, perhaps, it's cool looking, or dirt cheap. Being able to keep tabs on how active you've been or not is certainly helpful. The problem is it's only one part of the picture. The fitness tracker might know I hustled my way through the 5K run this morning, but it doesn't know about the WrestleMania breakfast I enjoyed straight after. Some products work around this by letting you log your food intake. I'm prone to forgetting to log my meals, though, including the guilty post-run carb-fest breakfasts. The dream fitness wearable, then, would be one that tracks your activity, auto-logs your sleep and knows what you've eaten without you telling it. Enter GoBe by Healbe, the $300 wearable that promises to do exactly that. GoBe uses the product's marketing tagline. The idea is simple: the wearable that can provide a complete picture of your daily health. A device that can tell if you've consumed more calories than you've burned or vice versa, judge the quality and duration of your sleep, count water intake, measure stress levels and more. The idea being it provides you a single number that represents your daily calorie balance, how many over or under you are based on all the key metrics, and not just one or two. If you're at all into health, fitness, dieting, well-being, or just taking good care of yourself, this probably sounds too good to be true. Unsurprisingly, there are a number of vocal critics that say it is too good to be true. Healbe's big claims have been questioned, with many saying that it's just not possible to measure calorie intake the way the company says it does. More on that later. These boasts even led some people to think GoBe was an outright crowdfunding scam. But the product is here. It exists. I'm wearing one right now. Controversy aside, there's only really one way to find out if it works: by putting it to task. I ate in the name of science. Well, Gadget reviews at least to see if it can prove the critics wrong. I'm here to test the actual product, but it's worth knowing a little bit of background for context. Healbe launched an Indiegogo campaign for GoBe back in March 2014. It raised over $1 million by the time it finished. Many were rightly worried about the company meeting the ambitious summer launch window. The product caught the attention of doubters in the media. Automatically measuring calorie intake would be kind of a big deal, so it's not surprising eyebrows were raised when these unknowns claimed to have cracked it. Healbe says it works by using an impedance sensor that detects fluid levels in your tissue. The theory broadly being that as you consume food, your body converts it to glucose, and cells release water as they absorb it. GoBe measures this movement of fluid and uses algorithms to reverse engineer that into a number of calories. For a more in-depth explanation from Healbe, go here. The controversy stems from the fact that several medical professionals think measuring calories this way just isn't possible. Not only that, but also if this device can non-invasively measure glucose in the blood, then there's a whole world of diabetics that would probably like to know, and in turn, provide the makers with a life relaxing on a beach in the process. Pandobly, in particular, took Healbe to task on the validity of its claims repeatedly, which you can read for yourself in full here. But there's a difference between 4-minute mile impossible and faster than the speed of light impossible. It's our job to give the product a crack at proving people wrong. It's a wrist-worn device. That much you probably figured out. Unlike other slim, discreet-ish activity trackers, GoBe is a huge metallic token embedded in a plastic strap. There's one button, and a perforated top section hides a rudimentary LED display. The bottom of the GoBe has 2 contacts for charging, and the metal sensors that touch the skin. While wearing it, More than one person told me it looked like a GPS tagging device, the kind you might attach to criminals out on bail. The strap is kinda chunky, and on my sample at least the pin is prone to poking out, occasionally catching my skin, or rubbing against my laptop, etc. It's not the most handsome device, but it's inoffensive, and the dark gray strap can be swapped out for an included, and showier, purple one if you so choose. GoBe contains 3 sensors: that impedance sensor, an accelerometer and a pressure sensor. Together, they measure calories, activity and heart rate, respectively. The latter two combine to measure your sleep, i.e., when you're not moving and your pulse goes down. The data connectivity is done over Bluetooth to your phone. There's a companion app, as you probably imagined. While charging is handled by a proprietary cradle with a micro USB connection. GoBe is also waterproof to 3 meters, making it shower and swim friendly. When it comes to wearing, it's not uncomfortable, but the size of the actual tracker/sensor part means it stands out from the wrist by well over a centimeter, almost to the thickest part. I also found that after showering, it could get a little itchy where the sensors make contact with your skin. If you've ever had a similar experience with a cheap digital watch, it's very much like that. As for the battery, Healbe claims you'll get 3 days use out of it when you buy one. However, I was told the one I received was an early version, and had a less capacious battery. It shows, too. We've asked that we get to try the final retail battery, but until we do, we're just reporting on what we have, with the caveat that Healbe claims it's not representative of the final product. The hardware may be a little bulky, but the companion app is slick. Available for both iOS and Android, the app is where you'll set up your device and see all your stats. The pairing process was relatively simple. The app asks you to switch on your GoBe, and once it spots it, you pair just like any other Bluetooth device. You'll then be prompted to tell it your vitals so that it can better measure your calories burned and whatnot based on size, age, gender and all the usual stuff. Once you've taken care of the formalities, you'll be handed over to the main interface of the app, which includes 5 sections: energy, water, heart, sleep and stress. As you can see, GoBe does more than just measure food intake. Swipe each section icon over to the left, and you'll get a brief summary: total calories consumed, hours slept, etc. Swipe over again, and you'll get a deeper dive. Below is a breakdown of the information GoBe serves up. The main section is called My Energy Balance. The circular icon at the top serves as a kind of visual shortcut. The circle starts half-filled, and the amount inside will grow or shrink depending on your calorific intake, whether you're over or under the amount needed to balance what you've burned. Below this, in a big font, is the number showing your current deficit or excess in kilocalories. Basically, how far over or under your daily requirements you are. Keep scrolling down and you'll get the macronutrient breakdown or GoBe's guess at it. This is how many grams of protein, fat and carbohydrate you've consumed. It'll even give you a number for how many of those you've converted back into energy.